just make sure as we're going through this next class, and it's all about shifting body weight, incorporating some balance, and then transitioning from different levels, standing to kneeling to on the floor. Just at any point, if you need some padding underneath your knees, if you need to hold onto a wall or onto a chair or onto a couch or a bed, just make sure you give yourself that little bit of stability so that you feel happy with your movements as you go through as well. Okay. All right. So we're going to start in a standing position, and we're going to do something just a little bit different today with where we start on our mat. So you're going to be in the middle of your mat, and you're going to be standing horizontally. So you're going to have the mat sideways out either way. So if you need to make any adjustments or to change the angle of your camera, please feel free to do so. Feet are going to be slightly apart, big toes in line with each other, arms nice and easy. Just roll the shoulders back and around a few times. Let your shoulders and arms settle. Just bend and straighten the knees a few times. And then just allow your knees to soften so they don't feel super bent. And then maybe just tilt your head a little bit side to side. Maybe just look over the shoulders. And then bring your gaze to the front. And then close eyes or allow your eyes to soften. And once again, just allow yourself to center. Let your body and your mind slow down. Taking a break in your day. Just to come onto your mat, to be able to move, to be able to breathe. And letting your body do the minimum amount of work needed right now to support yourself in this upright position and to be able to balance. Becoming aware of the bottoms of your feet connecting to the ground. Maybe you just need to wiggle your toes, maybe shift slightly forwards and backwards or side to side. And then coming into a balanced space. And as your feet root you, allow your head to float up towards the clouds. Taking just a few moments to slow your breathing, to lengthen each inhale and each exhale. Taking one more breath in and out. And in your own time, open your eyes, blinking gently. We're going to inhale, creating a little bit of space through the joints and through the spine. And on your breath out, just look down towards your feet and start a soft rolling action through the neck, the upper back, the middle back, lower back, and then maybe allow your pelvis to roll forward so you come quite low in towards your stretch. Stay there for a moment. Just soften through the back of the neck. Notice where you're feeling it this morning. And on your next breath out, start unraveling your spine. You're going to feel the abdominals supporting from the front. Bring your awareness to the back line of your body, lifting you all the way up and coming up nice and tall. Just once again, roll the shoulders back and around. Get a little bit of an awareness of those muscles between the shoulder blades connecting, and let your arms relax. Keep your knees a little soft. Your right arm reaches. It comes all the way overhead for a long stretch. And come all the way back up and let your arm relax all the way down. Left arm reaches. Bring it over, and again, that long stretch to the side. Just take your time. And coming all the way back up, and just let your arms settle beside you. Another breath in. Create space. exhale, nod your chin, moving into that second roll down. Find the weight of your arms and the weight of your head. And when you reach your bottom position, once again, just pause for a moment, and then take your hands and hold onto the back of your legs, wherever it feels good for you. Bend your knees a little bit as if you're going to sit in a chair. And then straighten your legs and give yourself a little bit of a stretch along the back of your legs. And again, release, bending the knees. Breathe out and imagine that you're sending your sit bones up towards the sky. 2 more times, bending the knees. Exhale, straighten, relax your neck as much as you can. 1 more time, bending the knees. And straighten. Soften your knees, let your hands hang down. Maybe your hands are touching the floor or not, it doesn't matter. Start rolling yourself all the way back up, using abdominals. Coming all the way upright, pressing into the soles of the feet. And then just allow the shoulders to roll back and around. This time focusing on the opening along the front of the chest, opening up across the heart and allowing the arms to relax. Now we're going to take both arms all the way up. Reach up, just touch your fingertips or your hands together and exhale, create a little bit of space for yourself. And let's do that again. Breathing in, feel your ribs open, feel your lungs fill, and exhale, and allowing the arms to come all the way down. Taking your hands just onto the shelf of your hip, you're going to bend your knees a little bit. You're going to step your right foot out to the side, soft landing, and step your right foot back in, just hip distance. Now the left leg steps to the side, and it steps back in. And now keep going at your own pace. And as you move your body weight from side to side, we want to have a soft landing through the feet. Can you start to notice how you're actually moving your entire center line of your body with you? So you're not just kind of stepping your leg to the side like this and bringing it in again. You're going to bring your entire body with you and in. And we're just going to do 1 more time to each side. And now step your right leg out to the side and hold it there. You still have a little bit of space on either side, but now your legs are quite nice and wide. Straighten up your knees. Let your hands come down so that they can help you balance. We're just going to lift the heels off the floor. It doesn't have to be a high lift. And then lower the heels down. Now, pivot your right toes out and pivot your right toes in. Pivot your left toes out and pivot your left toes in. Stay there and now shift your body weight forward and lift the heels. Only as high as you can go. Lower the heels down. Now this time, pivot both feet out and pivot both feet in. And again, pivot both feet out, both feet in, stay there, rise onto the balls of the feet, and lower the heels. Now pivot the right toes out and stay there. Place your hands onto the shelf of your hip, and we're just going to let the hips move back and forward. Now you can make this as small a range or as big a range as you want. I want you to notice here that we're trying to keep the legs as straight as possible. Your right toes are pointing straight forward and your left toes are pointing straight to the side. So we have external rotation at the front hip. That's it. And we have a little bit of external rotation at the back hip. But when you move your pelvis backwards, do you notice that there's a slight feeling of internal rotation? Hold it there. I just want you to stay here your core and feel a lengthening through the top of your head. And then just see if you can take your hands out and put them back. And again, put your hands out and put them back. Can you feel how much you have to use your abdominals to maintain the connection to your center? Let's do one more time. Move the hands out, move the hands in, and then just bring your hips back to the middle and then pivot your right toes in. Now again, you can keep your hands down or to your side. Let's lift the heels and lower. Do that one more time. Lift the heels, find the connection to your center and lower. Now, pivot your left toes out. So now take a look at your feet. Your front foot is pointing forward, your back foot is pointing sideways, and your legs are straight. Hands to your hips, and we go. Shifting back and shifting forward. You can make this small or big. Make sure that your hip socket feels okay. Make sure that your lower back feels okay. Now, also, I'm just very aware on my own body that my inner thighs, my adductors, can get quite tight. I've got to work quite hard to do stretches every day to keep them mobile. So when I move my hips back, I have quite a strong sensation of stretching that inner thigh. So just notice on your own body what's happening, like what gets highlighted for you as you do this movement. And now I'm going to move the hips back. Stay there for a moment. Do you notice external rotation at the front hip and internal at the back? Connect your abdominals so that you can now take your arms away without taking any strain and without having to shift your body weight. And again, so we have moved our body weight, the hip has gone back, the upper body has gone forward to counterbalance, and now we're having to use our core to stabilize. One more time. Reach, bring your hands in. Now bring your hips back to the center, and then pivot your left toes in again. What do you need to do with your arms? You're going to rise onto the balls of the feet, challenge your balance, and lower the heels down. And we're going to do that one more time. Rise onto the balls of the feet, and lower the heels down. Nicely done. Bend the right knee and just step that right foot in and hold it here. Let your arms relax. Take a breath in, create some space. And exhale as you nod your chin. And let's start rolling forward through the spine. Find the weight of your arms, find the weight of your crown. And when you reach the bottom position, does it feel any different now that we've started releasing those adductor muscles and engaging the obliques? Take a breath. Exhale, back up you come. Engaging abdominals as you unravel the spine to lift up nice and tall. Hands come onto the pelvis, stepping left leg to the side, and come back in. Stepping right leg. Can you feel that you are moving from your center line? Can you allow the placement of your feet to be soft and controlled? Now stepping your left leg to the side, and we hold it here. Pivot your right toes out, so you're pivoting on the heel, and now do a little bend with the front knee and press up. Do a little bend and take a look. Is your knee in line with your second toe? So you don't want your knee rolling over the big toe. Knee in line. So can you feel again, we are shifting body weight here. We're going to do just one more time. Bend your knee a little bit and stay there. Now, pick up the back heel so your And then pivot on your toes so your whole body faces sideways. Make sure that your abs are connected. Focus your gaze. We're going to do a little bend with the back knee and then lift up. If you need to hold on to something or if you need to take your arms to the side, you can figure it out for what works for you. This is not going to be a massive bend because we don't want to put any strain or pain onto the knees. Let's take 2 more and lift. Let's take 1 more, hold it here. We're going to straighten the back knee. We're going to pivot the back foot back to where it was so we can put the heel down. We're going to straighten, toes in, and then start pushing back to the center and step to the right. Back to the center, step to the left. Keep transferring your body weight and finding the softness through your joints and the connection into your core. So you can almost imagine that the crown of your head is lifting up. Now do a little step towards the right. Stay there, straightening the knees. Pivot your right toes to face forward. Hold it there. And let's do a little bend and straighten of the front knee. So again, you want to check the track. Make sure that your knee is moving in line with the second toe. Make sure that you have a little connection to your core so you feel that you have your balance. Beautiful. Find the transfer of your weight. Now bend the front knee and hold it there. You're going to lift up your heel a little bit, just enough so that you can pivot on the ball of your foot so you're facing sideways. Take a moment to find your balance. And we're going to do a bend with the back knee and straighten. And again, bend. Your body, your center of mass, is perfectly balanced between the front and the back foot. Where is that place for you that you feel solid in this movement? Do whatever. And we're going to do just 1 more time to bend and straighten. Make sure you have a core connection. And then hold it there. Straighten the back knee. Pivot the back heel so that you can put your foot flat. Straighten the front knee. Pivot your toes so that they're pointing in. Soften the knees and we step the right foot in. Step the left foot out. Keep stepping side to side. And always remember to breathe. Now step your feet so that you are in parallel. Allow the arms to relax. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, nod your chin, and we start peeling forward through the spine. Heavy arms, heavy head. How is this feeling now that you're finding the connection to your center? We did a little bit of an opening of the hip there. Take a breath in. Exhale, back up you come. Connecting into the abdominals as you unravel your spine, allowing yourself to lift up, and just take a moment to roll the shoulders back and around. Find that awareness into your upper body. And now, hands to your hip. Step your left leg out towards the side. You're going to pivot on the left heel so that your toes are pointing forward. Bend the front knee, pick up the right heel and pivot on the right toe so that you're turning your body to face forward. Now, as much as you can, straighten the front knee and allow your body to shift forward and then bring your body just a little bit more upright again. And again, shifting forward. Can you feel that you take more weight on that left leg when you do that? And then bring your body upright, and now to more equal weight distribution. Lean forward. Can you feel the left gluteal firing up? And release. Now let's do one more time, guys. Lean forward and stay there. As much as possible, your left knee is bent with your foot flat. Your right leg is straight with the heel lifted. Now, connect your center, and we're going to sweep the arms around to the front. See if you can frame your head. Bend the elbows, pull them in, and reach. Overhead. Bend the elbows and reach back. All the way forward. Bend the elbows and reach. One more time, all the way forward. Stay here. Start leaning forward until you can place your fingertips to the ground. So you now have some balance with your fingertips. You're going to bend your back knee and then see if you can just kick off and balance in the air. Just balance. Stay there. So your left knee is bent. Your fingertips are on the ground. Now take a huge step back with that right leg until you can come all the way back. So you've got a really big stance now. Lower the back knee towards the mat. Do you need a pillow there? And then pick up the back leg and reach through the heel. And again, bend the back knee. And release. One more time. Bend the back knee. I want you to stay there and releasing your foot out. Walk your hands up onto your top knee. Lifting your body upright. We're going to shift body weight here. So we're going to just let our pelvis move a little bit forwards and backwards in space. And I want you to feel how you have to really root into that front leg in order to facilitate this shift of body weight. Get the feeling of lifting up through the crown of your head. Push back a little bit and hold it. Maybe do a little squeeze with your bum. Abs are connected. And then test your balance. Reaching your hands up towards the sky. We stay here for 3. Energy through fingertips. 2. Keep breathing. 1. And then place both hands to the knee. Taking your right hand down to the floor. Put it flat. Now take your left hand onto the floor on the inside of the left leg. Push into your hands and see if you can now bring that left leg all the way around so you come onto all 4s. So we have changed levels from upright to kneeling now onto quadruped it's called. So set yourself up with wrists and knees. Start rounding your spine like a cat. And then lengthening through the spine and reaching the tail up and lift your heart. And again, curl the tail. And lengthen. Lift up through the chest. And let's just take 2 more. And lengthen. One more time. Round your spine. We're going to stay in the cat stretch. And again, we're going to shift our body weight. So you're going to start moving hips back and then moving forward. Stay in a rounded spine. Moving back and moving forward. Notice how the connection to your abdominals and the stretch along your body changes as you move your body weight. Say to yourself, just above your shoulders and your hips, and then lengthen the spine and reach forward to the crown of the head. Now we're going to stay in a flat back. Slide your left foot backwards along the floor, and then hover your leg just off the ground. It's not a big lift today. With that leg lifted and with a straight spine, Start moving back and forwards. And again, shifting back and forwards. Taking just a few more, and again, now that you've got a more neutral position with the spine, can you feel that there's more workload around the joints, around the shoulders, and around the hips? Come back, hold it. Step your left foot to the outside of your left hand, moving your left hand a little bit towards the right so that you can walk the left foot in. Bring your hands up onto your knee so that you can find balance. Hold it there. You're going to tuck the back toes under. And now, if you've got the strength, you're going to push into your feet and lift your knee. But if you don't have that capacity, please put your hands back down and then walk yourself up. So however you arrive in this position, you stay. You're going to take your hands and reach them forward. You're going to do a little hop forward with the back foot. A little hop forward. You're shifting body weight. And now, hands to your hips. You're going to straighten the back knee, pivot the back heel, straighten the front knee, turn the left toes, and guess what, guys? We're back to where we started. Step in, step out. Step in. You are shifting your body weight side to side. Find your connection to your center. And now we're going to do just one more time where you step your right leg out. It doesn't matter as long as you've got space on either side. Pivot your front foot, your right toes, so they're pointing forward. Bend the front knee a little bit. Pick up your back heel so that you can pivot and hold it here. Now, as much as possible, you are going to bend the front knee, the back leg is straight, and we're going to lean the body forward and bring your body upright. If you need to bend the back knee, please do. Please don't hurt your lower back. Find your range. Do you notice when you lean forward that you have to weight bear more on the front leg? So you're probably going to start to feel those right bum cheeks fire up. So that's not a bad thing. One more time, lean forward and hold it here. Find your balance and then reach your hands backwards behind you. Draw a big circle around yourself. Bend the elbows next to you and then stretch the arms back. And again, big circle, bend, and stretch. Big circle. So now our body is staying still, but can you notice that our arms are shifting our center of gravity? They're actually giving us a little challenge by moving the levers overhead. And now one more time, holding it here. We're going to reach down, put your fingertips to the ground so your hands are helping you balance. Bend the back knee, do a little kick and balance on your standing front leg. Just stay there. Breathe. And now take a big step back with the left leg, placing the foot down. Give yourself a pat under the knee if you need. And we're going to lower the knee down and lift the leg up. Lower the knee down. Lift the leg up. One more time. Lower the knee down. Stay there. You can relax the back foot out if you want to. And you're going to now walk your hands up onto your knee. Lift your eye line. Focus so that you can keep your balance. Now, let's move our body weight. Backwards and forwards. A little backwards and forwards. Bring your awareness So how that little connection with your front foot can help you here. But your balance is coming from the connection to your center and how you are moving your center of mass evenly between your legs. Now bring yourself into a centered point and then test your balance by reaching the arms up. We stay here for 3 breaths in and out. Energy through the fingertips, focus eye line, soft connection to your core. There's no bracing, it's a constant readjustment. And then bring your hands down. You can lean forward and put your left hand flat to the mat. Now put your right hand down as well on the inside of your right leg. And then step that right leg around, coming onto all fours, make your adjustments that you need, and let's move into our cat stretch again. Round the spine. And then lengthen. Moving into extension if it feels good for your back. One more time. Round your spine, stay here for a moment, and again, let's shift our body weight. And forward. And again. Notice how the connections to your body change as you move where your center of mass is. Come to the center, hold it, lengthen your spine and just come to a neutral position here. Slide your right toes back. Don't lift your leg up very high, just lift your foot up so that you're not going to catch your toe on the carpet. And then with a lengthened spine, start moving backwards and forwards, finding the connection to the upper body, your latissimus dorsi in particular, finding the connection to the muscles around your pelvis and your hips. Nice long spine as you practice shifting your body weight. And then come to the center, hold it, step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Help yourself if you need to. Move your right hand across your mat a little bit, and then you can toe heel your foot in so you're back onto the mat. And then take your time, bring your hands up onto your front knee. Tuck the back toes under. Now remember your choice. You can put your hands on the floor or start lifting through the center of your body. Can you push evenly into your feet so that you come straight up between your 2 legs? Holding it there. Lean a little bit forward so you can straighten that back leg, and you're going to give a little bit of a kick off. Use your hands if you need to. Little kick off so you're coming a bit forward. And now you're going to straighten the back leg, pivot the back foot, straighten the front leg, pivot that front foot, and we do our little step in. Step out. And in. Shifting body weight. Taking one more time each side. Step. Take a look down at your feet. Make sure that the toes are in line. Let your arms relax. Take a nice easy breath. And exhale as you nod your chin. Just a gentle rolling action of the spine. Letting your body come all the way down towards the ground. Hopefully your hands can touch the floor. Bend your knees if you need to. And then just bend your knees a little bit. Come onto the tips of your fingers on the ground in front of your feet. Bend your knees a little bit more so that you feel your heels starting to lift up. And then just allow yourself to come all the way down into a crouch if you can. And then roll the ankles and the feet around. If your knees don't like this, then please come up into this position and then just roll around like this, okay? So just find the one that works for you. Change direction and go the other way. A little bit of a rolling action. And then you're going to just walk your hands forward. It doesn't matter if you come off your mat. You're going to lower your knees towards the floor. You might get quite a strong stretch in the feet. And then walk your hands a little bit more forward so you can untuck your toes behind you. And then move your hips over to your right. I'm going to do a mirror image of you now. Move your hips to your right and move your legs over towards the left. And you guys know the seaweed. We love the seaweed. Let's just come up and over from side to side. Mobilizing the whole spine. Releasing the rib cage and all the muscles lining the ribs. Releasing the diaphragm. And giving a little bit of a stretch almost to the lungs, giving them space. And we're going to come all the way up. And now, move your hands just a little bit behind you so you're on your fingertips. And then lean back and see if you can lift your feet up. Use your fingertips to help you. You can move your hands however you need. And then can you move your legs over to the other side? Keeping your fingertips behind you, lean back, lift your feet. And then can you move your legs around again? Lean back. Can you feel again that even though we're moving our legs, it's actually more about the connection to your center. Keep going from side to side. It doesn't matter what position you hit here, as long as it's comfortable for you. Let's do one more time. So now your legs will be over to your right, and you're sitting more or less on the right side. Let's do seaweed. Taking it side to side. Two more. One more. And coming up, bringing your hands behind you. Let's do one more balance. Shifting body weight back. Now, placing your hands just at the front of your shins. Tuck your chin in. You're in a little ball shape here. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable to do so. And just feeling the inhale and the exhale as it rocks you very slightly on your sit bones. Take a breath. And then placing both feet down. If you're sitting sideways like me, we're now going to pivot so that we've got our feet at the front of the mat and we're now sitting lengthways on the mat. So separate knees and feet, lift your spine up tall, arms coming forward. On your breath, roll back. And again, feel how the workload moves to your center as you shift your body weight back. And then come forward and lift up tall. And again, curl under, feeling the shift. And forward, sitting on your center line. And again, draw back. And release forward. And on this last one, we're going to stay back there for a little bit. Shift back, now stay here. If you were to pick up one arm, can you feel how now nothing in your body is moving, but you've shifted the workload because you've moved the lever. And then your arm comes down again. Try the other arm. Lift it up. And bring it forward. Now here, we're going to see if we can pick up one leg. So you bring your thigh a little bit towards your chest. How does that affect the connection to your center? And lower the leg down. Try picking up the other leg. Can you feel almost the temptation to roll back? So you have to always lift a little up in order to counterbalance. And lower. Now you're going to roll onto your back, using abs, using arms if you need, and releasing all the way down. Just bring your feet a little bit closer in towards your pelvis. So knees and feet are slightly apart. Arms are beside you. You can do palms down or palms up. And let's go into our old favorites of the pelvic curl. So you start tilting your hips, coming up into a bridge position. Stay there for a moment. Feel the points of contact on the ground. And then place yourself down. And just very deliberately and consciously feel each vertebra connect to the floor and releasing at the bottom. And we do that again. It's a little bit of a tilt. Pressing up. Stay for a moment, breathing in. And then work your way down through the spine. Feeling that imprint and that lovely release of the lower back. And down. Now on this last one, we're going to stay up. Exhale as you tilt your hips. Rolling up. And now, I want you to start putting some pressure on the right foot and then some pressure on the left foot. Some pressure on the right foot, pressure on the left foot. So it's almost like you're walking on the spot, but you're not actually lifting your feet up. When you do that, and maybe it helps if you close your eyes, by the way, when you do that, can you feel the shift of body weight from one side to the other? But can you feel at the same time how your core connection is keeping you stable? If you let your core go, you would do this like swinging hammock action with your hips. And in fact, we're keeping the hips still. Keep walking on the spot. And then standing evenly on your feet. We're going to lift both hands up. How does that feel different as opposed to the arms down? And now I'm going to take both arms overhead. And what does that do to the feeling of connection in your body? Keep your arms overhead as you start to work your way down through your spine. Maybe you feel there's an extra pull on the front of the shoulders with the arms overhead now, and then release your pelvis to where it feels happy. Let's go into a little bit of abdominal work. Lift your arms, lift your head, and we're going to breathe out as we curl forward. If you need to do a little bit of a wiggle so that you create space, then do a wiggle. Stay for a moment, and then lower your head and shoulders, and let your arms follow after the fact. Let's do that again. Lift your arms, so you're moving your levers. Your levers are helping you come forward into a chest lift. Energy through the fingertips. And then lower your chest down, and the levers are helping you control the movement. If anybody's straining the neck, please put a hand underneath your head for support, yeah? And we go one more time. Move the levers, chin in. Your arms, the weight of your arms help you draw forward. And then we lower, and the arms reach over. Now we're going to do a little bit of an adjustment to this movement. Lift your arms up, come up into a chest lift, and hold it there. Now, if you bring your arms up first, how does that load? Can you feel how that shift of body weight loads your center? Then take your head and shoulders all the way down, and your arms just go with you. Let's do that again. Arms first. Come up into a chest lift. Now take your arms up first. Feel the loading on your center, and then let your body go all the way down. Now, let's take it a level higher. Lift your head first, and let your arms come beside your ears. Holy smokes, can you feel that? Then your arms come forward, much easier. Take your arms up, Maybe you can take them back to frame your ears. There's the work. And lower all the way down. Woo, let's do that one more time. Lift your head and arms. And then just the arms. Lifting arms all the way back. And then releasing all the way down. Circle your arms, bringing them all the way down beside you. I like, take them a little bit wider than your mats. And you're just going to pick up your right knee. You're going to turn the knee out so you can cross your ankle over the left knee. Let's just do a little bit of a twist of the spine. So rolling your leg towards the right. You can look over the left shoulder if you want. And then exhale as it draws back. Let's do that one more time. And we're going to roll the legs and hips towards the right. How far does your back want to go? And exhale. Stay here. Slide your right thigh on top of your left thigh. Now roll towards the right. And exhale, draw back to the center. How does it feel different? Keep going at your own pace. How does it feel different for you now that we've brought your legs close together towards the center line of your body? So just observe on your own body if it feels easier because you get more of a stretch maybe, or if it feels harder because you've got to really work more to pull into the obliques to pull all the way back. Now keep your legs crossed, lift both legs up. And you're going to keep your legs lifted like this. Now, roll your legs towards the side. Don't go all the way over because you don't want to hurt your back. And then exhale and draw back to the center. Keep the shoulders down, especially the left one. Roll your legs to the side. Can you feel again, now that we have shifted our body weight, we've lifted the legs up, so it's open chain. Can you feel how much more it's working your center as opposed to just giving you a stretch? Exhale, coming all the way back, stay there, and then let's take advantage that we're here to go into a little bit of a piriformis and gluteal stretch. So find the grip on your knees or shins or ankles so that you can get a stretch into the deep right bum cheek. Head and shoulders are down. Just feel that you're breathing. And then on your next breath, release, let go. Take a moment to hug your knees to your chest. And then place one foot down, place the other foot down. You want to have a little space between the knees. Hands, low V. Pick up your left leg, cross your left ankle over the right knee. And now you're going to roll your knees and hips towards the left. Right shoulder stays down. And breathe as you draw back to the center. We're going to do just one more time like this. And with your left leg further to the side of your body, can you notice that it's almost giving you more weight to pull into the stretch? And draw back. Hold it here. Cross your thighs over, so now everything's more contained and more to the center line. Roll your knees to the left, look to the right, and exhale, draw back. We're going to do two more like this. How does it feel on your body? And all we're doing in this whole session today is observing how we can shift our body weight and move our levers to find connections. Exhale, come back to the center. Hold it here. You can keep your thighs crossed. Lift both thighs up. And now, rolling your legs over to the left. Notice that you're not able to just roll to the side like you did a second ago. You've got to actually work deeper to your core. Let's do two more. Right shoulder stays down. Lovely open chain work. One more time. And come back to the center. Hold it. Hands onto your shins. And let's give a little bit of a stretch since we happen to be here. And release. Uncross. Hug both knees in towards your chest. Maybe just straighten and bend the knees a few times if you need to almost click your knees or move your ankles around. Now, we're going to do our half roll up, half rolling like a ball. Move your hands behind your thighs. Start moving your thighs away from your chest until your elbows are straight. Lift your head and shoulders forward, and as you change the shape of your spine, can you feel your body weight shift forward towards your feet? Now continue pouring your body weight into your feet so that you can roll yourself up, placing your feet down, and then draw your forehead towards your knees. And again, start rolling back until your elbows are straight, and then start lightening the load on your feet. And notice how you can pour your body weight all the way back, and then draw your knees in. And one more time, we're going to come up into sitting. So bringing your thighs away, chin in as you curl forward, and breathe. All the way forward you come, and then roll up into a sitting position. Good. I want you to make your way up into standing, however feels easiest for you. And I'm just going to be standing sideways to the camera so that you guys can actually see what we're going to do. I want you to take your feet slightly wider than you normally would when you're standing. Just let your arms relax beside you. Soften your knees. Take a breath in. Exhale as you nod your chin, and we start rolling forward through the spine. So again, you can come as deep as your body allows. Stand here for a moment. And then we're going to roll halfway up. And then we're going to pause here with the hands just in front of the knees. Take your hands onto the fronts of your knees, and then lengthen your spine, reaching forward through the crown of your head. Now, you don't have to arch. You just have to take yourself flat back with the abdominals connected, and then tuck your tail and round your spine again. And again, lengthen the spine. So you guys know this cat stretch movement. I want you to start to feel what happens to the tension along the back of your legs as you change the shape of your spine. So when you lengthen your spine, do you notice that there's an increased stretch? And then when you round your spine, can you feel that the stretch here releases because you've actually moved it into your back? And let's take one more time. Lengthen the spine, now stay here. Hold onto your legs to help you, but remember your abs have to work. It is Pilates, right? We're going to start to straighten the legs as much as you can manage. Can you feel that your body weight almost tips forward? So you've got to work your core more. And then you bend your knees, and you can feel that your body weight centers a bit more. And again, straighten your legs. Feel the shift of your body weight, and then bend your knees. If your back is hurting, go a little round, yeah? And we go. Stretch. Can you notice the loading in your core? And release. And now one more time. Straighten your legs as much as your flexibility allows. So stay here. Guys, 2 modifications. You can bend your knees. You can round your spine. Please listen to your body. I want you to see if you can bring the right hand and reach it down. We're moving levers. See if you can take the left hand and reach it down. Do you need to round the spine or bend your knees? Do what you need. Now, if you were to reach your arms forward, What happens? How does your body respond? And then bring the hands down again. Let's do that one more time. Reach forward. What happens? And release. Bend your knees. Hands to knees. Round your spine. Taking all that tension out of the legs. Giving a little bit of a release to the back muscles. Let go with your hands. Take a breath in. And exhale. Unravel. Coming all the way up. Standing up nice and tall. Take a moment to roll the shoulders back and around. And then just allowing your arms to settle. Just start to walk the heels and toes a little in until you connect your heels with the toes open in this tiny, tiny little V position. Start squeezing the heels together and lifting up through the inside of the thighs. Feel that line of energy and connection moving through your core and up through the crown of your head. Now you can soften your gaze or you can close your eyes. Start to draw tiny little circles with your body. Almost imagine that you're drawing a circle on the ceiling through the crown of your head. And notice that shift and interplay as you transfer body weight from one side to the other and forwards and backwards. And then when you're ready, change direction. Circling the other way. The only reason we do this with eyes closed is to give you a little bit of a challenge. If it's too much, you open your eyes, no big deal. And center yourself, open eyes, separate your heels so that you're back in parallel. Inhale, reaching arms all the way up. Exhale, open your arms, clear your space, and do one gentle, easy roll down of your body with your knees bent. Maybe at the bottom, just give your hips and your ribs and your head a little shake and a wiggle. Take a breath. And then exhale, rolling all the way back up. Pressing into your feet. Shoulders relaxed. Lifting all the way up and tall. And then just take a moment here, please, to close eyes. And let your body slow down, let your body integrate all the movements, the connections, and the breath. Notice your feet connecting to the ground. Notice your head floating upwards. Taking a nice deep breath in. Open your mouth and sigh. And then take your time as you blink your eyes open. Give your hands a little bit of a shake. Give your wrists and your feet a little bit of a shake. Really, really nicely